Hi.
What's up?
Welcome again. Here we are.
Welcome to the Girlsplainers.
Exactly.
As always, so good to see you.
So good to see you. We're on episode 4 today.
Yes, believe it or not.
Believe it or not.
Yeah, that happened fast.
Yeah.
And we're just sitting here and it was just like, yeah, so cool.
Yeah.
We are ready to take up some new topics.
Yes.
And it's a Sunday morning.
Yeah.
It's cozy. It's raining outside.
It's raining outside, but I think it seems like it's actually good for us that it's raining.
Yeah.
Because the light is a little bit better this way.
And I think it's like a perfect time to just sit down and catch up on some conversations. And I think we have a lot of interesting things to talk about today.
Yeah.
But first, like, what's up? How's it going?
It's good. It's good. Life is good. Talia is on her first sleepover right now.
Okay.
So it's been good. I'm very excited. I'm a little bit not anymore, but yeah, last night I was a little bit nervous how it's gonna be and stuff like that, because she has of course slept not at home before, but like, you know, with her cousins. So it's a little bit of a different vibe. But it seemed like it went well. And I'm happy to just get all of the, the feedback and all of the notifications and pictures and videos of what the girls are doing. So it's really cute, but it's also like a milestone as a parent and as a kid, like the first sleepover.
Yeah.
So I was a little bit nervous yesterday, but it feels like she's having fun. So I'm happy. I'm really, really happy.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And how has it been with you?
Yeah, also some new milestones for me. I just recently moved into my new apartment.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, I would say, also a milestone and a new beginning. I wouldn't say pain in the ass, I would say pain in the back, because I've been lifting so many boxes. And to make matters worse, I have almost no furniture, so everything is on the floor. So that's kind of annoying. But at the same time, I'm like taking it really easy. You know, at first I thought, I need to order everything on the first day. I had almost like pre-scheduled all the IKEA and other furniture store deliveries, so they would all come on the first day when I arrive. Of course, spoiler alert, that doesn't work that way.
Of course.
And I was so eager to make sure that I have everything and that everything is just, like as if I entered an Airbnb or something.
Yeah.
But in reality, I realized I don't have that much energy for that, and it's really takes time and to make everything how you like. And I realized, you know what? Outside is still sunny, so I'm not going to spend all of my afternoons between carton boxes.
The last summer days.
Yeah, exactly.
When you really want to take in everything.
Exactly. It's been such a beautiful Indian summer, and instead of sitting there trying to mop the floors and decide which kind of shelf I need for something, for a vacuum cleaner, I realized, you know what? I'm just gonna take my bike and find my new route from my new apartment to the beach and watch the sunsets and enjoy myself, and everything's just gonna come together slowly.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm proud of myself that I've done this, because, of being this very, like in a high gear, I realized, you know what? It's fine. It's written on the box what's in there. So if I need something, I'll find it.
Yeah. We have a saying in Polish actually that says, work is not a bunny, it's not gonna run away.
We say the same in
Latin. We
say the same in Latin,
exactly.
Actually. Yes. It's not gonna run away. The
it's not
boxes
gonna.
are still there.
But every time you come home, the boxes are still there. They didn't disappear.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And now what? It's the week 2, and I still don't have a bed. I'm still sleeping on the mattress that you borrowed me. So
it's a good mattress.
Yeah. It is a really good mattress. And I'm fine with that. So maybe today I will build the bed. Yeah. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe on Wednesday. We'll see.
Maybe you'll make half of some parts of the bed today.
Yeah. I like this new Liga. Yeah. This chill one.
Yeah, like, really chill.
Like, what happened?
Yeah.
Maybe that's because I turned 37.
Exactly.
I have a story about it.
Yeah, but I want to say, you had to turn 37. It was better than anything else. And you
Hey,
did.
look,
You made it.
We made it on the other side.
You were on the other
Yes.
side of 37.
Yeah, yeah.
How does it feel?
Actually, really, really good. Really, really good. And I know I wanted to tell this story because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like someone who's listening might relate to this, or maybe, like for me, this was tiny thing, but kind of life-changing, I would say. But somehow for the maybe last 3 years, maybe deep inside I wasn't really happy how the direction my life was taking. Not in all, maybe not in all fields of life, but
No.
but somewhere deep inside there was something that wasn't working for me. And because I see birthday like such an important beginning,
Yeah.
for me birthday is always like almost like New Year's.
Yeah.
It was always like connected to a lot of pain. I was always crying a lot around my birthdays. I was always sad, and somehow every single year felt like, you know, the time is just like slipping through my fingers, like that I have no control over this. And I remember that last year, around September, I started meeting with my psychologist again, and I told her this, like, how come that I always have this crazy anxiety, I always have this, this sadness of like, that there's another year and look where I am, or, you know, like somehow just something was telling me like something's not right. And I really, really liked like how she put it, and she said, okay, so maybe this is the time for you to think about all the things you need to do now during this year, so you would not have to cry on your next birthday. And I just remember, really, I remember how she put it, and I was like, yeah, that is the way to go. And I feel like, in a way, this phrase really followed me through all this year, through all my 36th year. And on the 37, you know what? I was not crying. I was crying a little bit because of I was moved of some nice messages that I got, and because it was a different birthday. Usually I have a party. This time I didn't, because I didn't know where I was gonna live. But we'll make a bigger and better party next year. This time I was just having a really huge burger menu from a local, really good burger place. It was amazing, and I didn't have to cry.
Yeah.
And you know what? Now, I'm thinking, we're gonna take this suggestion during this year too, and keep it close.
I actually read somewhere that you are supposed to write your goals down, or you know, your dreams, your goals, manifestations down, because then you're more likely to actually achieve them. So I really believe in that. Even if it's on my notes app, like if somebody got looked into my ChatGPT or my notes app, they would know way too much about my life. But I really believe in it, because I think it's really good, and I always have it on my phone because it's nice to have a look at it whenever you are.
And kind of reminded, oh, wait a second, actually 3 months ago I really was burning for this thing, so let's keep it rolling.
Exactly. Or even like for Girlsplainers, I had the things that we were preparing ourselves for it, while we were preparing ourselves for it, and now I'm looking at it, it's like, oh, we've done it, like we've achieved it.
Actually, it's funny, I actually just came across on my camera roll a couple of screenshots from like the initial Girlsplainers logo, or how we would want it to be. It's really cool.
Yeah, the logo was also, I looked through and I was like, oh, we don't need those old versions that never went through. No, but that's true. And I also, speaking of which, I actually, because I've been in a cleaning mode at home, I've been like, getting rid of a lot of stuff. And I came across, me and Alex, we made actually a bucket list for ourselves, where we wanted to go, what we wanted to do. And it's crazy because we have been together, 7-8 years, and we've done most of the things. Amazing. So it feels like, so I told him like, hey, we need to come up with new things and write them down, because we have really ticked off most of the boxes. So it's time to create a new bucket list.
You know what would be really interesting? Maybe like in some of the next episodes, take up those bucket list items, the ones at least that you want to share.
Yeah.
And like maybe hear what they were and like what you're coming up with.
Yeah, but I think it's so nice and like not reflective, but like to look back and be like, we achieved it, we've done it. Like, wow, good for us.
It's amazing, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've also had now, because of the moving and cleaning, I also found a couple of like like dream lists and notes. Really interesting to see like how you also develop, and you know, something that you wrote 2 years ago, how that now, like how do you reconcile that in your life like now?
Yeah.
Really interesting.
Yeah.
But I heard that you've been doing some work dinners.
Yes.
Even though you're on maternity leave.
Yes, I was at a work dinner couple of days ago actually. It wasn't that long ago. Time's moving quickly, but it was a couple of days ago. In a way, it feels like it was a longer time.
Yeah.
And it was really nice, and I was really happy to be invited and asked to join. And it was my first night child-free without since Liv was born.
Yeah. Wow, that's huge.
That's huge, and it was. I felt, in a way, free as a bird, like really. And as I usually go for dinners, work dinners, I usually end quite. I don't drink. I try not to drink alcohol. I don't drink a lot anyways, but I try not to drink alcohol. But this time I was like, no, I'm going like all in, as if it's like a party of my life. I like still professional,
like a pitbull concert, but still professional.
Exactly, but like in a suit. And I've stayed like on that dinner. I stayed up really late. I don't even go out and party that much.
Yeah.
Or before even.
Yeah.
Of course, before Lee was born, but you know, it was really interesting. And as I was the day after, I was in a shower, thinking about it and how much fun I had, and you know, and all of that. Completely different feeling from what I'm used to. And then it dawned on me that now that I'm on maternity leave, I have been feeling, I don't want to say lost, because of course I'm very happy that I have, you know, I'm on maternity leave, I have a second kid, she's amazing, but I have had a realization that motherhood, or not being taken away from the corporate world where you have your goals, you have your achievement list, you have your KPIs, you have your goals every month or every whatever year and stuff like that. I have realized that being on maternity leave and not having it is hard. It is hard when you think about it yourself, and when because there is no goals. Of course there is goals, the child to be happy and surviving and stuff like that, but there is no official KPIs. What makes you a good mom, what makes you not a good mom, like you know, KPIs maybe comes with like sleepless nights or changed diapers or amount of puke that you get on yourself, but you know, but it is different in a way. It is, I don't want to say goal-less, but there is a goal, but it is not as structured. And I've realized that I'm feeling a little bit lost within myself in the situation. And I was wondering, hoping that somebody who would maybe feel similarly, because I have realized that I am maybe a person that has been set up to have goals in my life, to have like those KPIs or whatever you name it, you know, to have bucket lists that I can tick off, you
and
know,
say, now this is done, success.
Exactly, like
success,
you know, and so I wonder, like, do you feel like that, or can you see yourself in any way in what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course. I think you're definitely not the only one. I recognize myself in this a lot. I think that it's like it's a tough one. It's not an easy one, because firstly, you know, like one thing is, like you say, that when you're a mom and there's no one there coming and saying, great, you're doing a great job. You know, like honestly, no one does
Another
that.
week, should we have a catch up? Yeah, great job, you've done this and this and this.
here is your promotion. Now we move you from junior to senior, you know.
Exactly.
Or something like that. And there's like a no clear, like a linear connection that is that what I'm doing actually giving like a good result? And I think maybe like when you explain this to me, that's what I hear, maybe that you know, because we are also growing up with this idea, well, let me just put a little bit of work here, and then on the other side you will get like something will grow and something will happen, and then I will know I've done it right and I'm doing it good, you know, something like that. And then and I know we spoke about this off camera a bit, like that you have your KPIs and you're running after them and you want to achieve, and sometimes you can get lost by connecting your own identity and your
worth.
own being and worth. Exactly, the worth. I think that's the word. That you connect your worth to those achievements, and and that is again this one. Well, I'm gonna put this hard work, and then I'm gonna get this grade, a little star, a little A, and then finally I can say I'm worthy. I have something to offer to the world. So that feeling I recognize a lot. I gotta say I have done quite a lot of inner work to move away from that, but I know it very well, and I'm like as we also spoke a bit like off the camera, like this recovering overachiever. Sure. What about you? Would you consider yourself an overachiever, and how like that? How does that show up in your life?
Yeah, definitely. Unfortunately, maybe, but I definitely I would call myself an overachiever, and I have talked to somebody recently, and we have been discussing, you know, university and, you know, grades and stuff like that, and I am proud. I was so proud, and I have my entire adult life have been saying that, like, well, I have failed one exam during my bachelor that I had to do a retake, and it was Swedish. It didn't really count even to my grades. And then I had one during my master's. And now I'm thinking and having that time to reflect, and maybe it's also because I turned 35, so there's still continuation of the reflecting. Who cares? Who cares that I only failed 2 exams or what kind of grades I got? Nobody looks at my diploma. Nobody cares about it, and I don't even I don't remember what was my grades really, but at the time, of course, that's the goal. So there you have to be the best, you know. And I think it's really interesting, and also the fact that, you know, we're always our worst critics, and if somebody would speak to me the way I speak to myself, we would not be friends. We would definitely not be friends. And that's also something that I have realized I maybe have to work on. Definitely. And because the way I treat you is not based on your achievements. So why would I treat myself like that? You know, it doesn't matter. Like, I never ask you like, hey, how was your KPIs last month? Like, I don't care.
Like, what grade did you get in maths back in the 10th grade?
Exactly. You know, but it is that feeling that fear of being a failure in a way. But apparently the best business people are the ones who were mediocre in school, because...
And again, also, if your goal is to be a best business person, but even that shouldn't be like anyhow connected to your worth as such.
No, exactly.
But it's hard to separate that, because we're all the time valued, we're all the time compared, and I don't know, I've read this somewhere, or this have came over across like somewhere in my space where I, you know, like where I read, and because this is also something that I'm interested in, because as I said, like I feel like I would want to call myself like a recovered overachiever, because I really have put some work into that. But I wouldn't say that, and also that's never linear. You know, you can always fall back into that trap or get carried away, and then you again have to take a step back and say, wait a second, why am I doing this? Am I doing this because I need some kind of recognition desperately? am I doing this because if I don't do this I will feel like I'm nobody?
Yeah.
Or am I trying to get attention of someone? Like why am I doing this? You know?
Exactly.
And sometimes you really need to take a step back.
Mm-hmm.
But what I was about to say is that I've read a lot about how this even is, like that actually this comes from the childhood.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
There we go. As everything else.
As everything else. Well, this podcast is going to go in some generational trauma here. Like, you want it or not. Like,
yeah.
But the
that's
way,
life.
Yeah, that's life. And honestly, it just like helps to explain. But because basically it's a lot about that. If growing up, you've maybe felt like you've been compared, like, oh, look at but the neighbors' kids, like they are so, you know, arranged, and look, they get so many good grades, and you are here like not fixing your room, you know, or like, oh, but your cousin, you know, she has like such a nice handwriting, and you still cannot like make the letter R the way it's supposed to be, and you internalize that, and then also maybe you get some kind of affection and recognition only when you brought home some kind of achievement. You brought like in Latvia you have like a grade system from 1 to 10.
To 10?
Yeah, this goes from 1 to 10. So if you brought a 10 home, then it's like, great, good job. And sometimes you bring like an 8 and it's like, why not 10? Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah, and I also feel like it is, I mean, I think we also have different kind of sensitivity ourselves, and I think it, as we said last time, it all comes from within. Yeah. So I think, you know, because of course, I mean, you are compared, and if you achieve something, that is a stopping point a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think, of course, how you internalize it is something else.
It's something else. Yeah. And another like notion that I heard, and I think I can definitely recognize myself in high school, exactly like the last 3 years of high school, and maybe also later in university, but I think already later when I started studying in Denmark, I saw a different approach, how people learn, but until then, I think also with this perfectionism and like bringing something great, I was sort of like covering my insecurities. It's like, let me just do these huge things, let me do everything so great that nobody's gonna notice that I'm actually not perfect, and like nobody's gonna like see that side of myself that I don't like. But now I'm going really, really back to when I was 16, 17, 18, because you brought this topic up and it made me kind of think about all the journey from there. I don't think that I feel like that anymore. I think I'm very conscious, and that's because at some point you realize this doesn't work. It doesn't work.
No.
It's just going to always be dead end.
Yeah. I agree with you completely, and I think it's also interesting because I didn't realize I had this. I didn't realize. You know, until that it sneaks up during the shower. You do the most important things in the shower. You cry, you have reflections upon life. I've had so many best reflections of my life in the shower, and I don't know why. There's something cleansing with the water, or it's the washing of the hair.
Shower is like, I don't know,
therapy session.
It's a spiritual therapy,
healing session.
And it's a place.
It's a place, definitely.
Place.
It's an important. But it was really interesting because I like when I caught up myself with this, I was just like, but don't do that. Why are you doing this to yourself? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, and the time to be off from work is that time that the focus is on the little baby, to make sure that she is growing and she's doing fine, and you're bonding with the kid, and I'm happy with this. But why am I speaking to myself when on those moments when, you know, I'm a little tired maybe, or I had fun outside of the home or whatever, and all of a sudden I'm just like, oh wait, you know?
Yeah. But there's nothing that you can miss out on. Like you can still go and achieve huge things. Also, you know, when this period of your life will be over. I think a lot of people, especially like, and that's of course a bit different topic. Like maybe moving a little bit away what we're talking about now. But I think that corporate world really loves to put the pressure on women and tell them that, but you're away, so you're gonna miss out, and like
that's true.
But maybe that's something we can speak more deeper another time, because I think you got a lot of things to say. And I have a lot of friends that have also, you know, gone through this, and it's really interesting to talk about. Maybe like one of the next episodes. Let us know if that's something you wanna hear, because we wanna pick it up maybe.
And let us know if you feel similarly, because I don't want to be the weirdo that is sitting out here feeling like this. And everybody's like, what is she talking about? Like, I've never felt that. I'm great just the way I am, whatever I bring to the table.
This is another notion. You think that everybody's like having a perfect life.
Exactly.
Spiritually, emotionally, mentally.
Everybody's healed except from you.
That feeling sometimes really sneaks up on you.
Oh, yes.
But you know what? I made some notes about this, you know, this overachievers' tendencies. I'm just going to take my notebook here, because honestly, I thought that was something really interesting, is that from my perspective, one thing is that when you focus on these crazy like success stories, because if you're an overachiever, you always have to bring something to the table. You always have to bring something home. So the focus shifts on what you actually want, and you rather focus on what's going to bring you the fastest result. So sometimes you might focus even on things that you're good at, but you might not even are interested in. So instead of exploring something that is new for you, that you could also eventually become good at and have like a more fulfilling, you know, relationship with what you do, you focus on what's gonna, you know, bring you something home fast. And I think that's...
And the gold star.
Exactly, and the gold star. So I think that like really suffocates your creativity. It also suffocates you starting new things. That's what we also talked about one of the last podcasts, that, you know, just like stop convincing yourself that like you don't have to do that, you know, just do things. But
and I feel like, exactly, I feel like maybe it was like a wave of feelings that came, because my last Girlsplaining was just don't focus on perfection, like the being afraid of failure should not stop you from doing what you want to try out. So
but it's just sneaks there.
Exactly, it's a sneaky little one.
And then also one thing also about this overachievements that I feel like it's important to remind yourself is that, so what? You're going to bring this KPI, this amount of money, or this kind of job title that you've been, you know, craving to have, because you feel like that's going to, you know, bring value to you and bring worth to you. But somehow all these things, don't you think that they kind of bring a lot of emptiness later? Because where is the fulfillment? That 1 second of sensation that, oh, I'm worthy, until I'm already on the next thing.
Exactly.
Because it was never enough. It was, and once you get onto the next thing, it's not going to be enough either. And worst thing is that by the time you've done it, you're tired, you're completely like just an empty shell. And guess what? Nobody's gonna give you an Oscar award for that. No. Like, really?
Yeah.
So ridiculous.
Exactly. And it, as we say, I think we said it already or mentioned it somehow last time, is that it is really your self-worth that needs to come from within. Because no matter how many things you're gonna have checked off the list, as you say, the title that you have, as soon as you reach that title, there is another thing. There is another carrot dangling in front of you that you want to accomplish.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think it's a lot of work that needs to come from within, and self-worth, and focusing on now. here where I am, and that's, or where you are, you know, or whoever. And I feel like, you know, it doesn't have to be like, as you said, like with that cat that brings the mouse, and like, there you go, there you have it, like, you know, a little bit of that, like, no, it's good that you just are here.
Yeah.
Because as I said, like, I at least, I don't know how other people feel, but like, I don't think about people and their achievements. I think like who you are, how, if you're kind to me as a person, or if you're nice, and if it's nice to hang out with you, that's good enough. So that should be good enough.
And of course,
for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. You never really think like, oh, you know, this person has this title and that's why we're friends. Like, there are psychopaths that are like that.
Yeah, there are people.
But if you're a normal person, usually you don't care.
Yeah.
It's always fun to like hear what other people do and also share like what you're up to, but that has to come from like a place of curiosity, maybe.
Yeah, or I feel like I'm trying at least to be more of like a cheerleader for my friend. Like, oh, you wanted to achieve this. Did you do it? Are you feeling happy about it? Okay, yay, way to go. Like, you know, good job, and like continue or whatever. It's not like, oh, you didn't reach that goal this month. Oh,
told you so.
Told you so, you loser. No. But I talk to myself like this, like, oh,
right?
Terrible.
Yeah,
terrible.
So funny. Like so that's also like, I think a lot about the inner critic, and that we can be like the best cheerleaders and be like, go for it. You know what? No one's gonna stop you. Like, okay, when are you gonna say this to yourself?
Yeah, exactly.
But I think you should try, and I think you should also try to see how you feel if you really like don't have any success stories to share this week. How does that feel? I think the world's still gonna turn.
Yeah.
People will still be there. Your friends still gonna love you.
Exactly.
Your partner still will be there.
Yeah. But I mean, to lighten up the mood and maybe move a little bit away from this, it's actually. But it was full moon last week. It was red moon. And I went to a yoga class, and my yoga teacher told me, hey, just so you know, or she told it to all of us, it wasn't just personal to me, but she said it, if you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed, a little bit more in your feelings, a little bit more of, you know, whatever you're feeling, overwhelmed with whatever, it is the full moon, it's the full red moon, it's really charged, and it really needs to, you know, it brings all of the things up, and then once it's gone, it's gonna, you know, there's things that you need to work through, and they're gonna come up now, and now it's time for the release, kind of. And I really felt it. I really felt when she said it, and Alex makes fun of me because I believe in all of the voodoo, all of the things. I believe in it. I'm sorry, I do, and most of the time I can see myself in a lot of those things. But I was laughing when she said it. I was like, huh.
There we go.
So.
There it's coming.
Okay. Now I know.
No kidding. Because I read about the red moon on National Geographic Instagram page, and I was like, started to look if I'll be able to see it and stuff. But then, of course, also the astrological content comes up, and I was like, okay, let's not get carried away. Now, a couple of days in, I'm like, yes, it's happening. But so I'm kind of also, I think there is some truth in this, and I felt it too.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, but now it's over. Now it came up, we worked through, or I worked through it, and then it's like, okay, now I get it, there's conclusions.
Yeah. I'm sure there is some kind of Uranus in Venus / Capricorn. but this one we felt.
Yeah, exactly. This one we felt. We'll wait until the next full moon or whatever. I'm a Leo, so bring me all of the like self-confidence instead, and you're feeling good feelings, but you know.
Exactly. But until then, let's just say focus on like cheerleading yourself.
Yes.
Focus on just sit back and be okay with that you haven't brought the star home today. It's okay.
You're good just as you are.
Yes.
Work on it, maybe.
Yeah.
If you feel like that's kind of thing that you're missing, maybe think about.
Because I think, and it's constant. I think constant work in progress.
Yeah.
Because you will always, even if you are super confident about your worth, there's always going to come some situation that will trigger you and bring you back to something that you think, okay, wait, maybe, but then again, you do the thing and do your inner reflections and pass another full moon, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
And start all over again.
Yeah.
And then again, not all over, because you already do
exactly.
a lot of work.
But that's what they say. Progress doesn't look like this. It looks like this, And then somehow you end up there, and then you look back like,
yeah,
I was there. Okay.
I actually really like this conversation.
Yeah, I really like it as well. Sorry, really I had to just double check.
Yeah. But from deep stuff to more fun, entertainment?
Yes, entertainment. Love is blind.
Love is
as
blind.
Promised. Exactly. Yes. We have watched up until when they leave the honeymoon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wrote down everybody's names so I don't forget, or we don't talk vaguely about somebody and you can misinterpret who we talk about.
Yeah, so. I was just thinking to maybe give like a small introduction that we've seen only till up until they have left the honeymoon. Yes,
I haven't looked at anything because I know the more episodes are out, but I'm avoiding that algorithm.
I have seen some, and I can imagine that a lot of people who are watching or listening to us, that they probably have seen all of it.
Yes.
But I think that we still, it's still going to be interesting just to talk about all the details. And also, the ones that don't know what Love is Blind show is about.
Oh,
I just think,
yes.
It's a good idea to maybe give like an idea that basically you have two groups of people. On one side of the building you have women, and on one side you have men.
And it's a Netflix show, sorry.
And it's a Netflix show, yes. And then everybody gets to go in separate rooms and have dates, but the only thing is that there's a wall between you, so you don't see the person. So basically you get to know them through a wall, and essentially you develop some connections which further should lead you to proposal, and you agree to get married to each other without have ever seen each other.
Exactly.
And then you meet, and then you see each other, and then you have a couple of challenges, and it's a good drama.
It's really good drama.
Yes, but I thought let's just give like a little intro to maybe people who haven't yet that been sleeping on the show, and why, I don't know. You have to get on and start watching.
Yes. Watch it, please do. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry.
Everything's good.
Yes, everything is good. Let's start with the first couple. Billy and Ashley.
Billy and Ashley.
I don't have much to say actually about Billy and Ashley. The only thing is that every time there's the first couple that gets engaged, I feel like, okay, that's the couple that is probably going to make it, and that's why they're the first ones to lead into the show, to make you feel like it's not only drama creation and stuff like that. That's basically my thoughts. I don't have much more about Billy and Ashley, but maybe you have some thoughts.
Usually I would say, what was Billy, like Irish or something?
I think so, maybe.
Yeah,
I know that he's a personal trainer.
Yeah, in army. Usually I would be like really taken aback by these very charming accents, but somehow I had one big red flag for Billy. Was that he had a problem that Ashley is a cabin crew, and he and like, as we laughed about that, and he had this previous relationship where he said, I have dated cabin crew and it didn't work out.
Exactly.
And then you said like, yeah, okay,
I've dated a salesperson, so I'm never gonna date a salesperson again. Or I've dated a lawyer, I'm never gonna date a lawyer. Like, what is that?
Exactly.
What is this for a conclusion?
So that was like a red flag, and also that he hasn't met her. He has spoken to her, several times. It's the show where you have to like get together quickly. But he had no issues suggesting that she should change her occupation. I'm like, well, maybe change your occupation yourself. Yeah. Who the fuck do you think you are? Like, if you don't like it, then don't stop engaging. Because
exactly. It's not like she's a stripper, like, you know.
And even then, you know, like...
Yeah, but like I would
yeah.
understand if she was a stripper, that would be a little bit of like, okay, maybe I don't want to be engaged to a stripper because it comes with other things that come with the
exactly,
job.
Yeah.
But like
or
she's
like
a cabin crew.
OnlyFans
Exactly.
model or something.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, okay, I get it, but like calm down. Like she's a cabin crew. She has a job. You should be happy that like a person like that is even talking to you. Sometimes, like I feel that way. Maybe not. I mean, I'm not. That's with Billy and Ashley. I have like feelings, but
yeah.
Yeah.
And another thing about another like interesting. I wouldn't say a red flag, but maybe like a yellow one that. Billy has been married before, and he's divorced, and now he's like so focused that this time it has to be for real, and this time definitely no divorce. And I feel like, okay, when you already have that like fixed mindset that your ultimate goal is to not ever divorce again, I think that's like, it can bring you down the wrong path, because you can end up with the wrong person, you can end with the wrong circumstances, because just because you don't want to divorce again, well, try divorcing 25 times, I don't know.
Yeah, and it's also, I think it's also like, you don't want to be divorced, but now you're like, you're not seeing things right, because marriage and lack of divorce is the only thing that you want to achieve now. And it's like, calm down. You know, live your life, like try to find your true love instead of focusing so much on getting married again or not getting divorced. Yeah,
exactly. Like, first get married.
Exactly.
Goal number one. Second goal, not get divorced, because otherwise, like, but you know, it's his journey. Who are we to judge?
Yeah, who are we to judge? You go, man.
Okay, what else? What other cool couples we have there, or like triangles, or what we have?
Yes, I wanted to mention. I wanted to talk about Kieran, Megan, and Sophie. Triangular, or it's not even a triangle, but that one. And I want to say that Sophie, for me, is a perfect example of self-sabotage. That she is so afraid of getting hurt that she doesn't let the other person in. And who knows, maybe they would have ended up together if it wasn't for the fact that she put a wall up and felt like, this is my wall, this is how I feel safe, and you are not gonna be let in until you prove me worthy or prove me multiple times that I can let myself go with you. But it doesn't work like that.
Yeah, unfortunately, no.
There is somebody else, clearly Megan, who was willing to get hurt and who was willing to open up, and you know, because I liked Sophie, and I was just like, why are you like, what? Like, take the wall down.
Yeah, I think that I agree. Sophie was really this example of self-sabotage, and also like a very severe case of emotional unavailability. Yeah, because. She came across as very aggressive to me, actually. And it's funny because we spoke with one of my friends, Christina, who actually listens to this podcast and also came with a lot of comments. So it's really cool to like hear those reflections and like know that that she's also listening, because she wants to also hear our, all this drama. And we agreed that like she came up like almost like this very aggressive way, kind of like, look at me, I'm so great, I'm so perfect, look how much I have to bring to the table, and how dare you to not appreciate me like right from the start. And it's like, that's not the way you go into any kind of connection. I'm not even talking about romantic connections, but anything, because nobody owes you any love or affection. No. You cannot basically go in and demand it. I think this is also this one, that you think that you have to bring something to the table. Like we spoke about professionally, maybe. Yeah. This comes also across in relationships, that maybe she feels like she needs to bring something there as well, because if there isn't anything, then there's really not much to work with. I really understand why Kieran didn't go with that connection, because she wasn't giving him anything to grab on. No, it was a wall.
Yeah, and he said it even. He said like, hey, like, okay, I want to try something out with her. Like, I want to talk to her, get more vulnerable. And then he makes that try, and she just like, nah. Yeah. So it's like, okay, come on, you cannot do that. You have to create a connection based on something, not just you wanting him to connect with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, this like we all know it. It's a known fact that, and especially when it comes to romance, this is even more. You know, the emotions are a lot more heightened. So if you protect yourself at work, or if you protect yourself in friendships, then when it comes to romantic relationships, you protect yourself even more.
Yeah.
And this like willingness or acceptance that you at some point getting hurt comes with the price.
Yeah.
It's that one stings, you know, because when you're buying it and you're like, yeah, it comes along in the price, just give it to me, I'm not afraid to get hurt. And then when you get hurt, you're like, fuck, this stings.
Yeah.
Like, so, but then again, you kind of...
but it is a trial and error. You need to get vulnerable. You need to find out who the other person is in order to know if you click with the person.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not about... of course, you can feel like, it depends on the value that you bring into the relationship and stuff like that. Yeah. But I feel like you need to find your person, the person that is gonna love you or fall in love with you just the way you are.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what you're gonna bring to the table.
Exactly.
This is a whole different story. Like, what does bringing something to the table even mean? But
exactly.
But yeah.
So that's where I was like, okay, come on, Sophie. Like, you are self-sabotaging so bad.
Yeah.
And I feel, and in a way, I understand her. I can relate to her a lot.
100%.
Because I was also for a while when I was single, I was also doing the same thing that she's doing actually, and I was meeting people. And I was so closed off that there was no, there was no way of going through. And one of the guys called me an ice queen once, and I was like, "What's your issue? Like, what's your problem?"
Dare you?
No, not even how dare you. I'm like, "What are you like? Why are you so sensitive about this thing? Like, let me go." Or one time, a guy told me that like he was in love with me, and I was like, "Well, that's your problem, not mine." So it was like really, so I can really relate to Sophie, and maybe that's why I felt her a little bit like extra, because I'm like, I get it, but you do have to open up, you do have to get vulnerable to meet the right person. But like, so it brought up some of my memories, like one of those, like the guy telling me he's in love with me. I'm like, okay, your problem.
But yeah,
what an asshole. But anyway, that's a separate thing.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah,
but I really hope that honestly, I really hope she going to watch this and see like how closed off she is. Because honestly, at some point I thought, how sometimes producers like to put in some kind of fake character. I thought that she really was, because she was so severely unavailable. Yeah. But I guess, and I think that it also shows up in women also. Like, usually it's the most beautiful women, like well educated. Everything kind of seems like perfect. But then, like, when you come closer, it's like
exactly
like a wall.
Yeah.
Brick wall.
Yeah.
But yeah. Who else do we have there?
Who else? We have the Katisha, Javen, and the Mola.
Oh my God! Please start. I have a lot to say, but I want to hear what you think.
I just want, like, my main reflection when it comes to that trio is that the Mola would have been the safe choice. Yeah. He would have, most likely, I don't know. Well, that's my guess or my take on it. He would have been the safe choice, and you could tell that she was almost leaning towards him because he was so willing to give her the love that she wanted. Yeah. But at the end of the day, if that's not your person, it doesn't matter, again, what you bring to the table, how much you show up and how much you lay on the floor like a dog and like on your back and then be like, I'm yours. Yeah. If it's wrong, it's wrong. Yeah. Not saying that what's his name again, Javen is right, because I think that's he is a big red flag for me. If as a girl I'm like, oh no, run the other way, no, thank you. But
he is such a red flag. Firstly, and I saw this on the internet, people were questioning, this guy has never had a single a serious relationship, and that now tells. Now he is on the show to get married. Slow down, boy. Like, no. And even that, no, I didn't like him at all. I think he was, I don't think he was that mature. But Katisha herself was quite, I would say, she left like a very, like she left an impression of a person who doesn't really know what she is and who she is and what she wants. Because over the course of the same day, she agreed to go with Demela, and he said, "Okay, let's do this together. I want you to be my person." And she said, "Yes,
I'm into this.
Don't worry, nothing's gonna change." Same day, she meets Javan,
breaks up with him. Then sits after that breakup for a little bit more, so that he can do his voodoo on her and promise her something that she really wants to hear right now from him. And completely forgets that she promised something else to the other guy. And that happened on the same day. And to me, that just says, girl, you don't need any of them right now. You need to get clear on yourself. Because if someone can just pull you like this, like, oh, here, there, whatever. But that means you have no ground to stand on yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why, if you can be pulled either way. But I think she really wanted, what's his name? Javan to say something to her so she can pick him. But he wasn't giving her what she wanted, and she really she was drawn towards him. Yeah. And we couldn't stop her, even if we tried. Yeah. I don't think they're gonna make it. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't know, but I'm just feeling like they're not gonna make it.
I think success rate is quite low there.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think
I haven't seen. But
the odds are not in their. I don't know, but the odds don't feel like they're in their favor. But
and also for me, it's interesting, like how these men, like for example, men and women clearly don't think the same way, but from what I've sometimes noticed, but for me, it's like, if you have this woman and she 5 minutes ago was already promising, to get married with another man, and now I said to her a couple of things and I kind of convinced her, listen, come over to my team. How does that make you feel like as a man? Do you feel like this woman is like a stable character? Because then, 5 minutes later, she can be meeting someone, the third one, and he's going to convince her in the course of next 15 minutes of that the life is gonna be better and the grass is gonna be greener there with him. To me, these kind of people, and in fact, doesn't really matter men or women, but someone who can be like pulled easily over to the other side, they're not stable for me. So even if they were with me, I would be like, it's not. I would be like, I convinced you in the course of 15 minutes, and there's a case that someone else will convince you in the course of next 15 minutes. Yeah, it doesn't give you like a stable connection there, I think.
Yeah, and I feel like it reminds me of that guy. Do you remember that? Couple of seasons ago in the American version, there was this rich guy that was showing us his Rolex, and and he was also like got a desperate moment when one of the girls tried to dump him. He was like, no, wait, and I don't know why, but it like with Javan, or Javan, whatever, he's much more of he's cool, like he's taking it slow, and he's like it's fine. If you don't want me, I'll sit here. I don't want to waste this date and blah, blah, blah. And he didn't waste the date, that's for sure. But I don't know.
Yeah, well played, I
guess.
Well
played, well played. But I think he knows what he's doing. And he knew exactly what he was doing. And he knew, he didn't know what the end result is going to be. But I think he knew exactly what he was getting himself up for with that confidence. It's like, we've already said no to me. So what are you going to do? Break my heart second time? Yeah. I can chill here, talk to you.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah. No, but you always have to remember it's a show. I think maybe he just wanted to come further, and had that not been Katisha, it had been someone else.
Yeah, but he didn't have any other connections, I don't think. No,
he didn't. At least they didn't show.
Yeah.
What else we got there?
We have Anna, what's her name? She's beautiful, gorgeous. And the Patrick, the spleen guy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
That girl was gorgeous.
Yeah, she was.
So what do you think about the spleen guy?
The spleen guy.
Please give me your opinion.
Yeah, so the spleen guy who listens to his spleen, you know what? Kind of like a bit, you know, like makes me raise my eyebrow because he also calls himself a human design coach.
Yes,
and
I love the title.
This very spiritual guy and everything.
Should I as a mother call myself now as my human design coach?
Yeah, you
that would also be
design the
fitting.
human.
Yeah, exactly.
And now you're coaching that human.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the way to put it. Actually, yeah, really good substitute for name mother.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, no. I know a lot of people were kind of laughing at him, and I think he made like some of his attitudes makes me raise an eyebrow. But I'm not against him. I think he has like a clear view of how he leads his life.
Yeah.
And you know, and that's fine. You know, he's listening to his spleen.
Yeah.
And and that's enough for him. And you know what? And if the spleen says that he doesn't need to have the connection, that's great. And if not, then, and if yes, then yes. It was clear that Anu and him didn't really match.
Mm-hmm.
There was some kind of values that kind of like they clashed with some. You could clearly feel it, that even you don't have to be always on the same page, but there was something clashing.
Yes.
That could feel like, okay, this could be a problem.
Yeah, but I feel the same way. I feel I actually enjoyed him. He was good TV, first of all.
Yeah, he was cute.
He was cute. He was good eye candy. Yeah. And he was also a little bit of the Ola of the Swedish version. Yeah. He's the UK, not really, because he has much more charm than Ola.
Yeah, and by the way, just for people who don't know, Swedish version of Love is Blind, absolute must as well.
Yes.
Especially if you come from Europe, it's very relatable, like in terms of the culture and
Yeah, exactly. But yes, and especially for us living here.
Yeah.
I liked the spleen. It's like, you know, as I said before, like I believe in all of the voodoos and all of that. So I'm like, you can call it whatever it is. You listen to your gut, but you can call it spleen if you want. It's let's rebrand. Marketing is king.
Yeah.
But I liked him. And also the fact that he broke up with her. It's like we kind of felt that the vibe is. Or the fire that they had in the beginning was kind of dying down, and he called it for what it was. She felt the connection still, and she also felt like it was not happening, but she kind of was still willing to fight. And he was like, "Hey, come on! Like we haven't even met each other. If we're not vibing the last 2 dates, I guess that's it."
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I also thought that it was good that he decided not to go further, because I feel like because it is a show and because these people, let's not forget that there is another dimension of this is that they are famous, they're going to become famous. For them to get the screen time also is important.
Exactly.
But the spleen guy kind of followed his spleen.
Yes, he did.
And didn't do that, so kudos to him, actually. Respect.
Yeah, respect. I enjoyed him. And especially since he's a good eye candy. Like, that's also extra. Like, okay, you talk to me about spleen, about whatever else he was talking about.
But you know what? It's funny because I saw, like, somewhere on TikTok maybe, someone was also, like, putting the evaluations from the very beginning, like, what are the first impressions? And some person said, like, he could also be something that we call spiritual fuckboy. You know,
exactly.
That really like pulls you into this kind of, spiritual stuff, and then suddenly his spleen don't feel it anymore, and he's on to the next one. But
it's actually a good way of leaving in a relationship. It's really good. Like if you're a spiritual fuckboy,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just say like, well, the spirits, the planets, you know, it was.
Yeah.
Bye, girl.
Yeah, exactly. The spleen wasn't feeling it, sorry. We're done.
Exactly.
My spleen says it's time for you to go home now.
Ouch.
Well, better the spleen to be an asshole than him.
Exactly right.
Yeah. And last couple. No, there's two couples. Sorry, Cal and Sarover.
Oh, yeah. Can I?
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I loved Sarover.
Yeah.
Such a gorgeous woman, and it made me sad that during the. Yeah, had you seen the show, you know, she's just amazing, like this Indian goddess, you know, very smart, very charming, beautiful, and she meets with Cal. Cal at some point says that he's only had dated like blondes, so not that she's not his usual type, and that just sends her down this like spiral of like self-consciousness and insecurity, and I'm like, how is this on earth possible? You know, that this gorgeous of a woman, just one asshole said something like, oh, I like blondes.
But I mean, to be fair, it was a conversation, and then of course she wanted a confirmation, and he didn't confirm her. He should, in my opinion, of course, it's life, it's natural, and the conversations are happening. He should have just followed up by saying like, hey, you're not my usual type, but I think you're gorgeous. And that would have probably, still she would have gone down the spiral, but the spiral would have been a little bit smaller. Instead, but he does confirm her a couple days later, and he says like, hey, I wouldn't have chosen anybody else. Like, I think you're amazing. So I think to give him a little bit of credit, like he didn't mean it in that way. I don't think he meant it in that way. And for her to go down that spiral, I was just like, but come on, like, have you seen yourself in the mirror? Like, are you like, hello, like, who are you trying to convince? Like, you're gorgeous and amazing.
Exactly. And that's a pity because, honestly, he didn't do anything wrong, and later he actually, fixed it in a way. He repaired it. But like, she went down that spiral, and
the damage was done.
And that spiral. Relatable.
Yes,
relatable.
Definitely. Whew.
Ouch,
Definitely.
But, that also makes you think a little bit like, okay, I think also that's a lot of inner work that, you know, that if you don't get that confirmation, but obviously you want that confirmation from your partner.
Of course. Like, especially since she kind of is falling in love with him. So of course you want the confirmation from that person.
You don't want to be like, okay, I'm actually dating only blondes. What to do? What else?
And the last couple that we have is Jed and Barda, but I don't have much to say about them. They're a little bit of like time fillers for me.
Same.
I mean, she's Miss Independent, and we see that it's gonna be maybe an issue for him but what is she a Miss Independent? She has a job, she pays for herself.
That's just being an
what
adult.
Is an issue? What is an issue? Like, what's the issue? Yeah, exactly. But it also shows you that if you want to find an issue, it doesn't matter who you are. If the person is not into you, or they see a red flag within you, like it's done for them. Or I mean, I don't know, I haven't seen it yet, but it is a little bit like, why are we making it an issue that she's a regular adult that wants to pay her own bills? Somebody please come and want to pay my bills.
I was just
like,
about to say, like, I don't mind.
Anybody?
I'm gonna drop the Miss Independent act here and now.
Exactly.
No, just kidding. But no, for me also, I don't have much to say about them. I'm more like just thinking about one thing, one conclusion. I know I brought it up before. Is that what I noticed? And we spoke about this before, and I spoke about this with my friend as well, and I loved how she called this setup like distorted reality. Was that, of course, not only women but mostly women in this show, in all the seasons, and this season just reminded how much they are longing to be picked and being proposed to, and have someone behind the wall that you've never met before. You've met this person 5 times and spoke about your hobbies, but they're like on the cloud 9 when they say, I want to marry you, I want to have like 3 kids with you, like 2 boys and 1 girl, and they're just like having that fantasy of having that fantasy. I'm not saying there's something wrong with wanting all these things. I think it's wonderful, it's beautiful to want all this, but I feel like in this culture, at this age where they are, obviously there are different ages, but usually they're like late 20s, early 30s. They are so like eager to have someone to get down on one knee, and for them it's kind of feels like it's going to be the ultimate confirmation and like the ultimate end game.
Mm-hmm.
And for me now, looking with my perspective, where I just ended this long relationship of mine, and actually I had someone getting down on one knee and give me the ring, and I had those plans of how this all could look like, and shit, you know, you realize that's not the end game.
No.
And I think that, so it's kind of like how to reconcile that ultimate cultural fantasy that we have, that we grow up with. And I thought that was maybe my generation and generations before, but clearly also younger people.
Mm-hmm.
How to reconcile that, but also like with how actually life is and can be, and what are the other scenarios, how many different scenarios there are, and is the ring on your finger going to change something?
Yeah.
This is like for me so deep, and right now when I'm looking at it, I'm like, wow, I'm still figuring out where I stand with this, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely that it's not the end game, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But like that made me reflect about this a lot.
Yeah, and I think, but you know, that's the movies end always at the right scene when they go like right off to the sunset, you know, with the wedding and the bell rings and stuff like that. But then let's be honest, then life happens.
Yeah.
And you know, after you set off to the sunset where it's like end scene,
cut.
Cut. Then you have to actually, you know, go home, make dinner, you know, clean up after the mess that you have created during the day and stuff like that. So it's not, it is of course like, well, I think it's also what's the goal in life a little bit, like, you know, is it to, as Billy, to not get divorced again, or is it to, you know, find the love of your life, or is it to, you know, you have to kind of define your own goals. And I think it must be, I mean, I don't know, I've never been in a situation where I was feeling like I should be going to that kind of show, but would I? I wonder, like, would I go to a show like this? You know?
What do you think?
I don't know. I think I would maybe go to like, maybe Married at First Sight.
We can talk about it also someday.
Yeah, the Swedish edition, not the American.
I haven't seen it yet, but...
Or, you know, or something like that, because I wonder... That there is a show. I've not seen it, but I've seen only the previews. That it's you get married and then you get set off to an island with your partner.
Yeah, I saw the advertisement.
The honeymoon island, and I was like, that's really scary. That's really crazy. Like testing a relationship. Yeah. But that's a different thing.
That's a different story.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. I thought it was interesting, and it's interesting to think.
I don't know. You know, the thing is that you know that this is show. You know that there are producers who will be like, can you now sit down here on the sofa and like maybe talk a little bit about how this girl betrayed you there when you were at the party or something, like, you know, they always like...
Yeah, of course.
A lot of the scenes are, you know, they think about what to bring out.
They're produced, of course.
Yeah. And so there's that element, but I think that the emotions and everything that you go through end up being real.
Yeah.
At this point, I would say no, but you know, who like never say never.
Yeah.
I have currently the issue with choosing your person so fast, because you know, some people choose vacuum cleaner or, you know, air fryer longer than these people picked each other out.
Yeah.
And I also have an issue with that you just sit and you talk. So all your relationship is based from what I'm going to tell you and what you tell me. And you're like, oh, in a relationship I'm like this and this, and for me it's important that and that. Yeah, I can also tell you what's important to me or how I wish to show up in a relationship. Reality, unfortunately, is going to hit different.
Yeah.
Because just because we know what's right and how you should be and what the ideal version is, oh boy, that's so far away from how things work out.
Of course.
And I don't want to be like, this like, negative Nancy here, but I somehow am. Like, not that I'm negative, no, I'm actually very optimistic about life and future, and I think that there's chances to find the right person, but if I would do this, I would do it slow, maybe, yeah.
But I think, now we have seen this version of the vacuum, created reality where they perhaps fall in love, perhaps not. Now we're going to see when they get their phones back, when the reality gets in, when the mom gets to chime in, when the dad gets to chime in, friends and stuff like that. So I think that's why we will see this. It is an experiment, so we will see. I'm excited to watch the upcoming episodes. I'm really excited. Me too. I even put on some of the newer episodes, but I fell asleep. Yeah. But I want to watch, and I really want to talk about them next time when we meet. Yes, maybe we will watch up until reunion, I think.
I think we should watch now up until the reunion, and then we can have reunion separately.
Exactly. And by then, hopefully, Polish edition is going to come out.
Oh my god.
So excited. I'm so excited. Yes.
Oh my god, it's going to be great.
Yeah. Okay, should we do Girlsplain?
Yes, let's do some Girlsplaining.
Okay.
You want to start?
Yes, mine is very practical.
Yes,
it's very practical, and it also hit me during one of the mundane everyday tasks when I was doing laundry, and it's really like a thought to myself when I was in my 20s. You do not have to wash all of your laundry on really high temperatures.
Yeah.
Calm down. 15-minute wash is also fine for your everyday things. That's one thing, and not every single load of wash, unless it's sheets or towels, have to go on 60 or 90. Don't boil this stuff. You're gonna get ruined. It's gonna lose the color. It's gonna be really bad. So don't do it, please.
Yeah.
Separate
save electricity also.
Exactly, save electricity and water. And the second one is related also. Separate your laundry properly. It's better to do a couple more extra washes of 15 minutes than to do one load or two loads of 90, and then everything goes in together, and white becomes pink and
becomes all in the same color.
Exactly. Yeah, a blend. So that's
Isn't it funny how a lot of these really important practical things you find out after you're way after 30?
Yeah, but the thing is also my mom always said it to me. She's like, don't, it's better to put, but I was like, what do you know about life? I don't have time for this, It's too much work to separate things better.
Actually, I do separate as well.
Yeah.
But I also have a practical one.
Yeah.
A practical Girlsplaining today, and it has to do also a lot with my life changes, is that have a fuck you account. If you don't know what fuck you account is, Google it and start working on it. But basically the fuck you account is an account of money that allows you to, at any point in time, raise yourself up from the chair, order a taxi on your app, and say fuck you, goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
And that has that can be leaving a bad relationship, it can be leaving a job that doesn't serve you,
mm-hmm.
it can be any situation that doesn't work for you or didn't go as planned.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can just be middle fingers up in the air, goodbye.
And thank you, we're done here.
Yes.
Curtain down.
Yes, roll the credits.
Roll the credits, exactly. Yeah.
So I think very, very important. I think at some point we can speak about these things as well. They're quite important for us. I think also all the how we set ourselves up, financially. But this is kind of like a practical Girlsplaining today.
Yes, and I've read somewhere that you should have the equal amount of your 3 salaries on your account.
Yes.
At all times, because you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So think about that. And if you don't have it, just start working on it.
Yeah, because
You know?
time's passing anyway.
Yeah.
So, you start today or tomorrow, but start.
Slowly but surely you'll
Yeah.
get there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I really liked our chat today,
Yeah, me
honestly.
too.
It was
Me
really
too.
good.
Yeah.
Was really good reflections on life,
Yeah.
love,
Goals.
self development.
Yes.
It was good.
Yeah, I think so too.
So we say goodbye.
Yes.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for watching.